What's up, Dub Nation? I am your host of Warriors Today by Chat Sports, Allie Barefoot, and I got two big topics I want to talk to you guys about today. The first one being the fact that I've given flowers to numerous players on the Warriors roster, but is it time to finally give Klay Thompson's flowers back to him? And plus, I'm going to break down a trade that would bring a pretty notable player in the NBA to the Golden State Warriors team, but nonetheless, I want to hear what you guys think about the possible trade first. So like I said, we got to talk about Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson has been playing great. Knock on wood. As he should be. Klay Thompson's been playing the way that Klay Thompson should have been this entire season. But like we know, he struggled the first half of the season, but now he's trying to redeem himself. So overall, since he got benched in the fourth quarter versus the Suns, we have seen him be Klay again. And I think this is what needed to happen. He needed to have his ass on the bench, and he needed Steve Kerr to be like, look, you're not playing well, then you're not gonna play. The way that Steve Kerr should be coaching. He's done this with other players so far this season, but it has ultimately paid off for Klay Thompson because look at what he's done the past 4 games. He's averaging 26.5 points per game, nearly 4 boards. He has 52% from the field, and he is shooting 50% from the three-point line. I mean, is it too early to say that he's splashing again? It's been 4 games, and the Warriors have played nearly 27, so I'm not going to give all the credit yet, but there's definitely that question of what's changed? What happened? What led the Warriors to start winning again? That's the question that I am most intrigued about because when I look at Klay Thompson's stats from, let's say, the first 20 games this season to the last 4 that he's played, the field goal percentage is 10% better just in these last 4 games. So is the three-point percentage. That's 15% better. But then your effective field goal percentage, I mean all of his shots combined, look at that percentage difference. 51.1 to 66.9. And he's been taking more shots with contenders on him. Like you can see, he's got about 3.3 shots attempted as opposed to 0.8 in the first 20 games when he's got a defender at least 4 to 6 feet on him. And then his catch and shoot three-point percentage, 54% as opposed to 34% the first 20 games. So look, when you look at catch and shooting, he stopped taking bad shots. And that's what Klay Thompson has been doing the entire season. Not the last 4 games, but especially not in his career. Klay Thompson has always been the second coming of Steph Curry. He's been his splash brother. He has just complemented the way that Steph Curry shoots with his own style of shooting. The catch and shoots always work for Klay Thompson, but not so far this year until these last 4 games happen. And I think he just started taking better shots overall. And did you know that Thompson didn't score 20-plus points in the first 13 games of the season? I'm sure you guys knew that because we all had to sit there and watch Klay Thompson just flat out suck for some reason. But the last 13 games, he has had over 20 points per game in 9 different games, and those have been huge for the Warriors. Since they lost the Suns, they've gone on a 3-1 win streak here, with 1 loss coming to the Clippers right after that. But I think ultimately, if you keep pushing Klay Thompson like, hey, I'm going to take away your minutes, you're not going to play. I mean, treat it like a kid scenario. If you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you get something taken away. Prove that you should get your time back. But overall, I think that Klay has proved that in the last 4 games. Whether or not this continues, that's what I'm excited to see. But nonetheless, I just want to double check with you guys real quick. Like this video if you've liked Klay's recent play. And you know what? Like this video if you want to keep that movement going. If you want to keep Klay's rhythm going. And all you got to do is hit that like button. And I told you guys, I'm going to talk about a possible trade target the Warriors could go after towards the NBA trade deadline. But first, I got to break down our sponsor here on Warriors Today, and of course, that is Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the #1 daily fantasy sports app in my phone, in Smitty's phone, and in America's phone. It is my absolute essential on game days because I like testing my skills on Prize Picks. This season is the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. And if you have the skills, well, all you have to do is pick between 2 to 6 players and just pick more or less on their projected stats, and you can win up to 25 times your money. It is that simple. It takes less than 60 seconds. And what's even great about Prize Picks is that I love crossover season. I love having college hoops, NBA, NFL. So many sports are going on right now. Well, Prize Picks actually combines some of their picks under their specials tab. Like you see right here, of course, I had to pick the more on Giannis and Caitlin Clark combining for 63.5 points. Yeah, I'm taking the more on that one. And then you got Matthew Stafford here having more than 224.5 passing yards on Thursday Night Football. And what's super cool about near the holiday season is that they do have goblins and demons. Goblins, as you see right here, are a little bit easier picks, but the demons are the red guys. They're harder picks, but the payout is a lot more. Personally, for me, I like going with easier picks. I know, I'm sorry, maybe one day. But nonetheless, I do have Damian Lillard as my last pick, having more than 9 3-point shots attempted. These are my picks. I want to see yours. All you have to do is go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use promo code CLNS for a first-time deposit match up to $100, and you can watch yourself win some real money in real time. Oh, yeah. That player is Gordon Hayward that we are going to break down here about a possible trade to the Golden State Warriors. And I know, 33-year-old Hayward, it's not going to be some rookie. It's not going to be some up-and-coming player. No, we're talking about Mr. G-Man. There has been some reports that the Warriors are among the contending teams to possibly land Gordon in a trade towards the deadline. The Charlotte Hornets did come out and say a while ago they're looking to make a trade with somebody that could be possible playoff contenders, and that could be the Dubs, despite their rough start to the season. But nonetheless, Miami Heat are plus 450. The Golden State Warriors are second right now, plus 500. Then you got LA, you got the Mavs, and you got Philly sitting in last place at plus 1,000. Now, if you guys need a refresher on Gordon Hayward, don't you worry. I got his last 4 seasons right here. Currently, right now, he's got 15 points per game, which isn't bad. He's been dealing with a little bit of injury here and there. Here's why it's not bad. The Hornets are not very good this season. So the fact that Hayward can still get his shots up, he's got nearly 5 boards a game. He's got about 37% from the three-point line. Not terrible for a 33-year-old. I mean, I'll take it. But here's the thing. He's got a little bit on him in terms of money and breaking down his contract, because he did sign a $120 million contract 4 years ago in 2020. And, of course, he's currently in the last season of that, as it will be 2024 and next month, a few days, I guess. Goodness. He's playing his last year, which currently costs about $31.5 million. And the good news is that he can be an effective secondary playmaker behind the Splash Brothers, behind Jonathan Kuminga's emergence. So I think Gordon Hayward could help some areas for the Warriors, but I don't know if he could help all of them, which means if you're going to have a $31.5 million player, you're going to have to give up $31.5 million. Well, of course, the only person that's going to fit that mold is Chris Paul. So this is the hypothetical trade that I did come up with just to show Warriors fans what it would look like, possibly, if Mike Dunleavy did go out and get Gordon Hayward. Of course, you do have to match the salaries here. I don't know if I would do this trade. I don't see the benefit in really giving up a floor general. The only benefit that I see really here of giving up Chris Paul to get Gordon is that Gordon's 6'7". And the Warriors have a big problem. The Warriors need more height on their team, but still he's not a true big. I still want a 7-foot thick kind of guy in the paint, which Gordon Hayward, of course, isn't. That's not his role. So I don't think it really answers the Warriors' question here, but if you want another playmaker, I could do 15 points per game from Gordon Hayward on the Warriors. I mean, why not, if that's Mike Dunleavy's call? But nonetheless, I want to hear what you guys have to say. What do you think about this trade, sending Chris Paul back to the East Coast and sending Gordon to the West? Type A for accept, type D for decline down below. And look, like I've said before, I think that Gordon's size would be more beneficial, and he is technically younger than Chris Paul. I mean, he's 33 years old. But like I said, I don't think he solves all the Dubs' issues right now. Of course, I think that Chris Paul has been an asset in the assist category, especially while Klay Thompson is trying to get his rhythm back. And of course, you know Steph Curry can always use assists. He's also been pretty beneficial in the steals category as well. So I don't think the pros outweigh the cons here for this trade. But nonetheless, if Mike Dunleavy wants to do it, I could possibly get behind it. I need you guys to go and hit that sub button for me on Warriors today, because if Gordon Hayward is going to come to the Dubs, well, then we're going to report about it. We have breaking news, rumors, trade rumors, news, anything you know about the Golden State Warriors, you're going to find right here at Chat Sports Warriors Today.